So the British Boxing Board of Control have once again suspended Conor Benn. Benn managed to have the previous suspension temporarily lifted, but the British Boxing Board of Control and UKAD obviously appealed that decision, and now they've managed to reimpose a suspension. So they put this statement up on their website yesterday. It says here, the British Boxing Board of Control Limited refers to a statement published today, 10th of May 2024, by UK Anti-Doping. As UKAD have stated, the British Boxing Board of Control can confirm that Conor Benn is subject to a provisional suspension prohibiting him from participating in any capacity or assisting another athlete in any capacity in a competition, event, or activity that is organised, convened, authorised, or recognised by the British Boxing Board of Control or any other anti-doping code compliant sport. UKAD and the British Boxing Board of Control were successful in their respective appeals of a decision handed down by a tribunal of the Independent National Anti-Doping Panel in July 2023, and Mr. Benn's provisional suspension was reimposed by the appeal tribunal following those successful appeals. As Mr. Benn's case remains before the Independent National Anti-Doping Panel, and the case will now progress in accordance with the UK anti-doping rules, the British Boxing Board of Control is not able to make any further comment at this time. So there you go, that's where we're at with this unbelievably long saga. And so at this stage of the game, it's a matter of Conor Benn copping out. Now, I'm not saying Conor Benn is innocent at all. I don't know whether he's innocent or guilty. All I know is the longer he tries to fight this thing, the longer he's going to be out of a UK boxing ring. For the sake of his career, it's better to just bite the bullet. I mean, it's been 2 years, over 2 years since he fought in the UK, right? But it's been about 2 years since the incident took place. So if he presents his evidence in front of the British Boxing Board of Control, judging by the British Board's previous form with other people that have failed PED tests in the UK, Conor Benn is likely to get a 2-year ban, which will probably be backdated, probably be a retroactive ban at this stage. Then he can move on with his career. But instead, he continues to try and go around the houses and circumvent the process. Yeah, good luck with that. I think Conor Benn's been badly advised, and I think Eddie Hearn has done a very bad job from a PR perspective. And he's Conor Benn's promoter. He's supposed to be making Conor Benn look good. He's supposed to be giving Conor Benn advice that makes him look good. But all Eddie Hearn has done is try to drag the British Board's name through the mud when it's actually he and Conor Benn that are the ones who have been out of order since the start, trying to circumvent the whole process and still being dishonest about it. I'm talking about Eddie Hearn now. Oh, we did everything and Conor Benn's done everything. Oh, really? That 270-page dossier, why didn't he hand that to the British Boxing Board of Control as soon as it was compiled? No, he went off and handed it to the WBC. Tried to circumvent everything, Eddie. You know, we're all sick of this now. We've been sick of it. The question is Conor Benn sick of it enough to bite the bullet? Because with this suspension, it's very possible that he won't be able to fight in America either. Possibly in Texas, we'll see. But again, when he fought in Florida, the Florida Commission asked the British Boxing Board of Control whether Conor Benn was suspended in Britain. And based upon their answer, which was no at the time, they allowed Conor Benn to box in that state. Presumably, if the answer was yes, he is suspended, they wouldn't have allowed him to box in that state, despite the fact he had a Texas license. It seems like anyone can get a license in Texas these days, right? Mike Tyson's got a license in Texas. He's damn near 60 years old. Dylan White's got a license in Texas, right? I mean, I don't know what's going on there in the Lone Star State, but yeah, they're giving out boxing licenses like free candy. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Again, hypothetical. Let's say Conor Benn's innocent. In such a scenario, do you think he should continue down the path he's on of not having his hearing with the British Boxing Board of Control because he can't prove via strict liability that he didn't deliberately take a banned substance? Or do you think he should just continue fighting on for the integrity of his name? I mean, at the end of the day, if he has his hearing with the British Board and gives them whatever evidence they want to see and they don't believe him, he can always appeal that, right? Once he's at his hearing, he can go ahead and fight if they give him a retroactive ban. And he can always appeal the retroactive ban. And at the end of the day, there are so many fighters that get popped for PEDs. Truth be told, the public ain't even gonna care after a while. They don't even care that much now. Yeah, they'll make little jibes about eggs and this and that. But think about how many fighters have tested positive for PEDs. And it's all been forgotten about. The reason it's dragged on for so long in terms of the public backlash is because of the way that Conor Benn and Eddie Hearn have handled it. Look at the way Dylan White handled his. Very different. And he's been there a few times, right? If you don't make a song and dance about it, People will just forget. Conor Benn hasn't learned that lesson, neither has Eddie Hearn. Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comment section below. Oh, and before I go, I just want to tell you about this video here, which I just uploaded to my Patreon page. It's a Usyk Fury film study where I analyze video footage from several of their fights in depth and point out various strengths and weaknesses which may be relevant to their fight against each other. It clocks in at just over an hour in length. It's been very well received by my current patrons. So if you want to access this video and hundreds of other Patreon exclusive uploads, just download the Patreon app from the Play Store or the App Store, then head on over to my Patreon page and sign up for the boxing tier, which is called the Boxing Brotherhood. There's no contract, no commitment. You can cancel at any time, just like Netflix, but it's a hell of a lot cheaper. We've also got a members chat group over there and whatnot. So yeah, come join us.